Hi, it's Ann. Um, my disclaimer, as usual, I am not a guru, messenger, teacher, or counselor. I'm passing on messages I have received telepathically or things I have experienced or observed. The title of this segment is Wow, it's getting real out here. Um, I must say these words first. I am in control of my vessel. No external force can alter my path or purpose. My hands and feet are my own, and I create and move with ease and grace. I stand in my truth, and my mission cannot be stopped. I am divinely protected and grounded, and no energy can break my force. Okay. Okay, I would like to share something that happened during one of my grounding stints in nature on Friday. Everything started out peacefully but quickly became strange. It's not about a random golfer, but more like an energetic test. It also could have been an intentional spiritual interference. I'm not sharing the information out of fear, but from a place of awareness. I have said in my disclaimer that I share experiences or observations. What I'm about to share is an actual experience. Others might have similar experiences, you never know. Okay, but it's supposed to come in handy because these things, some of the things I'm about to explain, they're helpful, okay? I had asked my higher self for spiritual protection and to hold back the golfers until I was done by the lake. I normally ground by a triad of trees in a triangle. Additionally, I made sure to ground myself first while barefoot. I did not see any golfers, but a copper colored golfer popped out of nowhere. It's like instantly he's there. He wasn't there before because I looked like I didn't see anybody. All of a sudden he's there. He just popped out of nowhere. I felt kind of uneasy because the golfer was behaving in an unusual manner. It appeared as if he was hitting the ball across the lake. I was on the other side of the lake and I saw him clear as day. So I know he saw me. Other golfers that I've seen before, they don't normally hit any ball in my direction, okay? Because they see me. Um, I had on a white tarbush and a white t-shirt with blue writing on it. The golfer drove his cart around the bend where they tee off. I saw him backed up, which was kind of unusual because once they get to that part where they tee off, they don't back up. They just put the cart in a certain spot and they go and tee off. All right. I had moved away from the tree and sat down because there's a tree by the lake. So I normally, hold the tree and ground myself and just go in deep thoughts. I was like I said, I was in deep thought. I was by the tree and I walked away from the tree and then now I sat in front of the water. I was literally speaking to the water, in my head. And I had a vision of a golf ball coming straight at me. While I'm sitting there in deep thought, looking at the water, I had a vision of the golf ball coming straight at me. I blocked the ball telepathically. In my head, I said some words and blocked it, right? And my higher self told me that I will be okay and nothing is going to happen to me. So I stayed where I was. I didn't move. Despite me seeing that in a vision, I stayed right where I was. Several seconds later, I heard something clipped the tree leaves above me. It was a real golf ball. I got up and started walking up the hill. I saw the golfer at a distance frantically driving towards where I was sitting. Because in his head, he thought he had hit me, right? He said, sorry, I didn't see you. Then he said, are you okay? I said I was fine and that the ball went through the trees. Okay, went through the tree leaves. I also told him that I timed when the golfers come out, which is not a perfect science. He said no one else was behind him, which is strange because usually when the golfers come out, it's usually a few of them, right? So he was the only one there, so I thought it was strange because it's not the first time I've asked to hold him back until I'm finished. So this day was just kind of strange, okay? He said no one else is behind me, so I could go back where I was. I returned to the spot where I was sitting by the lake, and I started taking notes of what had just happened, because I take notes of everything when I'm in nature. And then I look at the spiritual meaning later, because it's like, child, you gotta look at the spiritual meaning of these experiences. Ooh, you can learn so much. And it helps you grow, because you'll know what things not to keep repeating or things you need to do to improve and so forth. So it's good to look at the spiritual meaning of the experiences you encounter while in nature. I did not believe the golfer when he was saying, oh, he didn't see me. I know he saw me, okay? When he backed up, it gave the impression that he didn't see me, so he could aim the ball in my direction. Other golfers normally raise their hands if I'm looking in that direction, or they say hello, and that's my cue to leave the area. He just hit the ball. I know he saw me. Like I sit in the same spot every day, okay? Unless I feel like moving much. I sit there, and the golfers, they can see me. So usually beckon to me, and then I'll know, okay, it's my time to leave. Because, it's a golf course, so I'm sharing this space with them, and they don't bother me. We wave to them, they wave to me and stuff. So I'm not in their way. I usually get up because I try to go when they're not there. Okay, but this one, it's not the first time I saw this golfer. It's like, this is actually my third encounter. The very first time I saw him, I felt uneasy. He was just totally different from the other golfers, okay? So he must have been keeping an eye on me for a while, because the first time I saw him was like maybe over a month ago. Anyway, so I didn't believe him, like I said, and other golfers normally get my attention and I would leave. So my intuition started to piece things together, because there was something fishy about the copper-colored golfer, because I felt uneasy. If your intuition makes you feel a certain way, you better go with it. Additionally, the blue jays by the lake tweeted consistently while I was by the trees up top, right? I'm going to interrupt for a moment. I am blocking, rebuking, and canceling whatever projection that's coming towards me from my throat to start acting up. I know it's a spiritual projection. There's nothing wrong with my throat. Okay? It's a spiritual projection. That's all I know. So I'm blocking, canceling, and rebuking it. I'm blocking, canceling, rebuking anything projected at me to give the impression that I have a sore throat, and I do not have a sore throat. I block, cancel, and rebuke. Block, cancel, and rebuke. Block, cancel, and rebuke. Okay. So let me get back to this. So, like I was saying, I did not believe the golfer what he said, because I know he saw me. So get this, right? The same copper-colored golfer I encountered on July 18, 2025, yesterday, Friday. Actually, it's Sunday now, so 7/18/25 on Friday. Yeah, the other day while I was grounding myself by the tree up top, the trees are behind and the lake is in front, right? Four golfers interrupted me. It was drizzling heavily. One of the pale-skinned golfers approached me, but not that close, and asked if I had seen a ball dropped in my area. The first thing I said was, I didn't know they play golf in the rain. Then I said I didn't see any golf ball. Get this. That same copper colored golfer I encountered on July 18th, 2025 was in the background with these four golfers. My intuition was like, something is very off here. Golfers don't golf in rain because of the soft dirt and the low visibility, right? And it was drizzling heavily, so it's kind of unusual to be out there golfing. So, and they have multiple balls. They don't need to actually for a throw a ball in either direction. They have a few balls. Either go look for it or take out another ball, all right? And other golfers all the time, they always go and look for the balls. They don't ask me anything, all right? So, and my back was turned to them. So it's always it's always someone who looks like us, but ain't us, that's always trying to hurt us. I'm referring to the copper-colored golfer who tried to hit me with that golf ball, but he missed because I blocked it telepathically. All right? My spirit told me that it was no ordinary man playing golf. It was a spiritual attack masked as something normal. I thought about the situation, and my intuition told me that it was the demented warlock trying to find ways to hurt me. The golfers in the drizzling rain represent energetic interferences trying to distract me. It could have also been a test. It was meant to break my focus or scatter my grounding energy. The rain is cleansing and enhances boundary. So an entity like the warlock used human proxies to penetrate the veil. It also bragged on the tweet about being capable of such acts. Yep, it bragged that it can send people to attack you. Okay, he doesn't have to come in person. He can send demonic entities to come and attack you. So yeah, he bragged about knowing how to do that. He's a damn warlock. Okay, all right, so I continued my grounding at the next tree in the direction the golfers had walked to pretend searching for a ball that didn't exist. By doing so, I corrected or balanced the disruption because, they interrupted my grounding. Even though I had finished, it was still, a spiritual interference. So my spiritual protection worked, and nature was my ally and communicator. We must use discernment in these times because it's a part of spiritual maturity. I'll tell you a short story about the Blue Jays. One day, I was sitting at the dining table. Suddenly, I saw several Blue Jays flew on the tree near my window. They tweeted loudly and consistently. I stopped what I was doing, and one of the Blue Jays tapped my window with its beak. It was loud and frantic, like pick, 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 pick. Like, whoa. So whatever I had planned to do in that moment, I stopped, and the Blue Jays flew away. Mission accomplished. So the experience reminded me that spiritual protection works, and my higher self warned me. The vision of the ball came before the danger, and the Blue Jays communicated the danger, but I hesitated and did not follow up. In my previous experience, I asked for the message. I asked telepathically, what are you trying to tell me? That's me asking the Blue Jays in my head, what are you trying to tell me? Blue Jays are messengers, and they are alert and watchful. They also guard your sacred space. So if you ever hear a Blue Jay tweeting frantically in your space, you better ask them what the heck is going on, because something is going on. They're trying to warn you about something. They don't just tweet consistently for no reason. It doesn't matter if it's a blue jay or some other bird. If they're right in front of you or in your area tweeting like freaking crazy, you better ask telepathically, what are you trying to tell me? They could be warning you of impending danger. Just like with the golf ball, it's like I'm grinding by the tree, holding the tree in deep thought and stuff. And the Blue Jays across the lake, they were tweeting frantically, like they were like consistently tweeting. And normally I would ask, but this time I didn't ask, because I was like, I was in the middle of grinding, and I'm like, so I didn't say anything, but they were trying to send me a message. All right, so let me see what else. Yeah, so the experience with the golfer is a repeated energetic interference or test by someone using spiritual manipulation or projecting energy towards me, the warlock. Okay? My intuition told me it was the warlock. That was no ordinary golfer. And it's like I said, he was behaving unusually. So, and I had my suspicions. This was my third encounter. The very first time, I had a bad feeling. My intuition was like, something's off about this guy. And him showing up in the rain with other golfers and asking me for a ball that didn't exist. Mighty strange. They just drove by and like, do you see a ball in it? I'm like, I didn't know they play golf in the rain. That's the first thing I say because I'm very direct. I'll just come straight and you talk. I don't wait. I don't hesitate. I'm like, I didn't know they play golf in the rain. And I think I want to say, oh, we're just doing something we had to. I'm like, in the freaking rain. I didn't say that, but I'm just saying in my head, in the rain. It was drizzling hard. Ain't nobody playing no golf in that kind of weather with low visibility and the ground being soft. So I knew something was off, okay? Anyway, yeah, I'm just saying, when you're in nature, just be watchful of all the messages you get. I pay attention to every single thing. And airplanes, when I was by the lake, and positive things was happening on the ripples and what they were doing, whatever, and the airplane flying above. I'll do another vlog with the airplanes because it's more to, because I've been wanting to find out what the airplanes that fly above means, and I finally found out. Okay, it's a lot more than you think. But anyway, the next vlog, not sure when I'll do it, but I would explain fully what it is. Okay? All right, I am Anne. Thank you for listening. Yeah, so I'm like, you see what I was saying with the, while I was, sorry, I was about to close, but I just wanted to give you an example of what this warlock does. It does weird things, like it's projecting these energies to give the impression that I know I don't have a sore throat. So it wants me to think I have a sore throat, so just to block me from doing this video. Yeah, it projects a lot of stuff on me. It has projected stomach pain, stomach cramps, and I usually block those. Anything that's unusual, I'm like, there's no reason for this thing to be happening. So I usually telepathically block these things. So you guys better get in the habit of start telepathically blocking shit-ish. Sorry. Yeah, blocking things out, canceling stuff. You can do that with your thoughts. I keep telling you, use your thoughts wisely. You can use your thoughts to do anything to protect yourself. You can use it to manifest. It's like our thoughts are what's guiding us. Okay, so you gotta use your thoughts wisely. Don't put all kind of crap in your head. Use it to better your spiritual space or anything in general. Like Ainana said, the ancient goddess, female goddess, well, goddess is female. Sorry about that. Yeah, anyway, but she said you could get out of the simulation by using your thoughts wisely. Okay, because she knows that is all kind of trickery going on, and this is like something you can do, but you have to be consistent about it. Always pay attention to what you're thinking. Always. All right, no matter what. Always. If you automatically start saying something that's kind of negative that will affect you in a certain kind of way you don't want it to affect you, cancel it. So those are not my thoughts. I cancel them. Which I do a lot, you know, because once you're in this journey and you get, the further up you get all kind of interruptions or whatever. So you got to cancel a lot of stuff, because some of these thoughts are projected at you. They're not really your thoughts, because why would you think of hurting yourself? Yeah, like when I telepathically block the golf ball. Why would I think of, oh, the ball's going to hurt me, or a ball is going to come at me? So I canceled it immediately. Okay, I canceled the action and I blocked it in my head, and it went through the leaves. So like I said, you could use your thoughts to protect your space, to protect you in general, or you could use it for anything, for manifestations, whatever. But just use them wisely and learn to block out the ones that will affect your spiritual growth. Okay, I know there's good and bad, there's positive and negative and stuff, but um, you have to balance things out in general. But any thoughts that may hurt you spiritually, you need to cancel them. I am Anne. Thank you for listening.